best decision that you've ever made in your life. Tuning in to another County Gains motivational self-help video. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about vices, okay? And what are vices, guys? Vices are basically, I have my notes written down, are basically cultural, social, and individual factors, but some are more recognized vices. Okay, and these are as follows. Starting from the top, I'm gonna go through a list of 10. I know you guys like top 10 videos, so these are the top 10 vices that you guys should not indulge in, or at least try and limit. Okay, because everyone to a point is gonna indulge in these at some point in their life. Okay, and obviously, guys, you have to enjoy life as well. But this is like if you're in a rut, if you feel bad about yourself, if you feel bad about life, like how to kind of get out of the current situation that you're in. Because most people, aren't in the situations that they want to be in, guys. They're not living according to, what they should be doing. So, the very first one, guys, good old alcohol. Ooh-wee. Let's party it up, baby. Alcohol is one of those things, guys, which everyone in their lifetime at some point indulges in. Okay, and there's a few of these that everyone indulges in at some point in their life, but alcohol is one that I suppose not everybody, if you're religious, but everybody in the Western world to a certain point, very, very few people. There's a few others that are more ubiquitous, but alcohol is one of those that is truly not even that it's super harmful to you, but over time, guys, it becomes super harmful. It's like smoking. We can throw smoking in there as well. Like, alcohol is one of those things that people just get super addicted to for literally no apparent reason. Now, the apparent reason is, for that I figured out in life is, if you're going on a date with a woman as a guy and you don't order a drink, let's say you go up to the counter and you say, "Oh, let me get a coffee or something in a pub." It seems very lame. It seems very childish. The woman might even think that you're, not cool or not laid back or not very exciting. You know what I mean? The women will probably think that, guys, in all honesty. And that's kind of terrible, guys. You know what I mean? And it's a socially constructed thing. Obviously, drinking one or two drinks on a date isn't going to affect you negatively in your health. But if you're an addict, guys, it won't stop there, guys. You're going to be drinking pints and pints and drinking a ton of flipping wine and all this stuff. And I used to drink, not quite a bit, guys, but I used to drink more when I was younger, like everyone. And to a point, guys, it's fine, right? I think I only drank excessively for about 3 months out of my lifetime, and not every day or anything like that. It was probably once every 2 weeks, but I would drink like a bottle of wine. That's probably the most my ever drinking got to a bad point, okay? I think I passed out once from drinking like a bottle of rum, but only like half, or like 3/4 of a bottle, something like that. I'm a pretty lightweight, guys, when it comes to drinking. But for me, why I'm talking about myself is I always wanted to be big jacked, strong guy, right? That's my goals in my head. Oh man, I wanted to be like this guy that's flipping cracking the sidewalks, as CT Fletcher talks about. You want to be one of those guys that are jacked. I didn't want to be like Cardio Chris or like one of these guys that like a big time runner or like a big party kind of guy. I wanted to be like successful, like something with the internet. I always knew I wanted to do something with the internet, but I also wanted to do something that's be jacked, basically, okay? And not overweight or anything like that, guys. Like, actually try and be lean as well. Most people just want to eat loads of food and gain weight. No, guys, you have to be like ripped and lean as well. You can't just be flipping overweight, guys. It doesn't count, okay? I'm trying to get this light on me properly, but can you see me, guys? All right. And alcohol really takes away from that, guys. Alcohol will take away from the fact of you trying to become jacked. No matter what way you flip it, if you're gonna be hitting the gym every day, you can't be drinking. You can maybe when you're 20 to 23 or 18 to 23 because your body will kind of override the process. But as you get older, guys, the whole drinking every night is just crazy. I never drank with food, or I drank very, very rarely. Okay, and I think that's what most people should do. Kind of take it from a place of eating chocolates or shitty foods. Use it in that sort of aspect of it's like a treat every once in a while that you get to indulge in. And having a treat every once in a while doesn't mean that you can just gorge like crazy, all right? Have it once in a while, have it for the taste, get a little bit of a buzz on if you guys like to get that buzz. I like to get a little bit of an alcohol buzz, but not really anymore. It's cool You know what I mean? I think the last time I drank was like 2 months ago with my friends on a night out. And it's fun, guys. I do enjoy that personally. But very, very rarely, guys. If it's not like a big event or a big night out, I probably won't. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be having fun on the night out. And you can still go out and have fun with your friends, guys, and stuff like that. I think people nowadays are just little bitches, guys. You know, they're very afraid to confront their friends and just say, nah, I'll drink the next day. Or they're very afraid to even go out, you know, and they get like peer pressured. If you get peer pressured, you're a little bitch. Just putting that out there, all right? Number two, guys, I think this is the worst one of all, apart from drugs, gambling, guys. Gambling is like the worst thing in the world. Every single day I see on YouTube popping up ads for gambling, and I've actually texted YouTube on Twitter to stop sending me those ads because gambling is just disgusting, guys. It's one of the worst vices ever. Super, super risky. And I always tell people financially you should risk your money when it comes to investing in business or starting new businesses or, you know, buying a business or whatever the case may be, guys. Starting entrepreneurialism, that's fine. But if you're trying to like bet on a horse to try and make millions, I mean, you're an idiot, guys. If you're buying a lottery ticket every weekend to try and win the lottery, you're an idiot, guys. You should be focusing on the things that make you, you know, money in the long term, right? Number three, drugs. Now this one is huge, man. Both legal and illegal substances become vices. So yeah, it's not just the illegal stuff like cocaine, weed, whatever, guys, crack, you know, all that stuff, guys. You know, it's also the legal drugs, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like the flipping weed and the alcohol, stuff like that can become excessive. And, you know, really, what is a vice, guys? I forgot to even explain what a vice is. A vice is basically something you use to distract yourself from the shit life that you have, okay? If you have a wicked life, you're making millions, you're on yachts every weekend, if you're driving sick cars, you know, you should be striving towards being the most successful person you can be. But also, why would you want to be ruining your health if you have all these things, guys? Because you know that you've strived really hard for these hard things in your life. You know, you've like really pushed the boundaries to like get rich, you know, you do all this stuff. Like if I ever get like millions and shit, I'm not gonna be like doing bungee jumping or all that stuff. Like I'm not gonna be fighting with people in the streets. When I was broke, I was fighting with everybody. You know what I mean? Old friends and just, you know, wanting to, you know, just going crazy, guys. It was insane, you know, really, when you boil it down. And now I would never do that. I can't go to jail. I can't do any of this stuff because I want to focus on my making money, guys, and being successful. You know, I'm semi-successful on the YouTube, or at least I'm trying to be. And, you know, you don't want to do dumb shit when you become successful. Plain and simple. When you're a waster, guys, and you'll see it in the future, guys, when you see guys wanting to fight in the street and stuff, I just start laughing. I'm like, okay, unless you're defending someone, you know, or something, the guy's 99% of the time a brokey, you know, that's straight up, guys, a brokey, you know. It is what it is. You know, can they even make bail money if they go to jail and shit? So it's just wasters that do that, all that, this dumb shit, guys, honestly. And not gambling or drugs, but fighting in the streets and shit that I was doing, right? Drugs is like one of those things that like you can make money from quickly, but I think the pressure of doing that over time isn't probably that good, right? You know, use anything that you're doing to strive towards success in the future, guys, and that includes whatever. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't recommend drugs to people. I think it slows you down a little bit, guys, you know, honestly. I think drugs slows you down a little bit. You aren't a bad person if you take them. Absolutely not, guys. I think people come on YouTube and they just like roast people for like taking drugs. I don't give a shit, guys. Everyone can do what they do. But I think over time, it's for me, I'd be like, oh shit, man, I'd be afraid it would affect my health. Even smoking isn't bad for you, or everything, you know, drugs isn't bad for you. I don't think any of this stuff is bad for you. But the problem is it becomes bad for you over time, guys. You know, if you're taking it for 10, 20 years, cocaine, you know, it's going to affect you eventually, like, right? Eventually, 20, 30 years, you know, all the time. It's also excessively, I don't think doing any of these things are bad, but if you do it excessively, then it can become bad, right? So the next one, guys, number 4, sexual excess. Now, this can include promiscuity, infidelity, and addiction to pornography, also often resulting in damaging relationships and personal turmoil. Yeah, guys. So, like, the sort of chasing after women constantly and just going on nights out drinking and chasing after women, that eventually will become detrimental to you. You know, unfortunately, guys, I'd love to be just going out there slaying all the bitches and, oh yeah, having a good time. But that really isn't going to be good for your long-term mental health or physical in the long term. You can get STDs, you can have crazy shit happen, right? And that can also include pornography, guys. Pornography is one of those things that people don't really talk about. I don't know why guys are really uncomfortable talking about that shit. And I think it's because it's a really embarrassing thing. You're just there whacking off to some other people having sex. It's almost like you're a cook. You're like in a cuckold situation. Not to be confused with a cook. Like my friend always says, a C-O-O-K. A cook is a C-U-C-K. Okay, cook. All right, not a cook like a freaking like you're cooking food. All right, that's something else. But a cuckold situation where you're like watching people, make love, let's say. And this again is not good, guys, because for a few different reasons. All right, you're getting stimulation in your head that's like the same to cocaine, but you didn't work for that stimulation, guys. You didn't like go out and like approach women and feel the anxiety and the butterflies and like feel nervous. Now I know over time when you talk to enough women, you don't feel nervous, guys. I don't feel nervous talking to women or anything like that, right? That's not. You guys shouldn't either, but if you're really attracted to somebody, you're going to feel a little bit of like nervousness, like, oh, okay, so you're pushing yourself, you're going out of your comfort zone, and then you're getting a reward for that, and that may be like kissing a girl or sleeping with them. When you just flip open your laptop, within 2 seconds, you flip and have, the hottest women in the world and all this type of stuff on your screen, it's not going to be beneficial for you guys. You're not striving towards a reward, okay? You're just getting the reward like that. It's like eating sweets or something. When you work out, guys, you can deserve yourself a protein shake. So you're continuing that cycle of good habits and good health. You know what I'm saying? You're not just like going striving off doing something crazy. Anyway, guys, don't be flipping addicts. You flipping with your little ween, your little 2-incher running after all these women. All right, guys, number 5, power. The relentless pursuit of control and influence can lead to unethical behavior and strained relationships. If you're constantly just striving to be in charge of everyone all the time, if you're not letting people do their own thing, if you're trying to be like this control freak, that again, guys, will be bad. If you're in a relationship with a woman, it's not going to be good. All right, if you're in workplace and you're like, no, I'm the boss and you guys are subservient to me, that's not a good way to live life, guys. I've never said that. I was in charge of 45, I think it was 40 people when I was working security, and I would always level with them. I'd be nice to them. No one ever abused it, okay? No one ever abused the power for 2 years. And that's because I was on the same level as them. I was wearing the suit and everything, and they're like, why are you wearing a suit? And I'd sit down beside them, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm wearing a suit because, apparently I'm like a manager now, so... And I'd make a joke out of it. You guys gotta kind of listen to me, laughing and shit. I would never say, like, oh, you have to listen to me, and that's it, This sort of, like, blanket, like, very, 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 stupid power, like, almost like dictator type power. It's crazy, guys. Nobody wants that. Nobody feels good with that, okay? So, number 6, guys, greed. Now, what does this one mean? The insatiable desire for wealth can drive people to unethical actions and cause personal dissatisfaction. Greed is one of those things that's like, sort of like power. You're kind of, excess, and also you're not really getting much benefit from, anything. You're just getting loads of stuff, and you're like hoarding your money, hoarding your resources, hoarding your food. Like, let's say, you're in some workplace and somebody asks for a slice of pizza, and you just want the whole pizza yourself. That ties into the next number 7, gluttony, guys. Not sharing, overindulging in stuff that you shouldn't be overindulging in. People talk about how being overweight and stuff isn't a bad action. Okay, you're not a bad person, but when people look at you, they say, well, that's gluttony, guys. Overindulgence in food can lead to health problems and lack of self-control. The self-control is the main aspect of all this stuff, guys. You have to be extremely disciplined, okay? When you see a guy who walks in the room and he's jacked, you're like, okay, he has amazing self-control. Just right off the bat, guys, amazing self-control. All right, there's a few things you can tell about people, and that's one of them. Great self-control. And they're not gluttonous. They're not greedy. With their power, they're very powerful within their own souls and themselves. They know the control that they have, and they're very happy with their own physique. They're very happy mentally. I always think that, guys, if you see a jacked guy, they're very happy mentally and lean, okay? That will basically just show that the gluttony is not there. Number 8, guys, is laziness. That also ties in, when you're not lazy, guys, it can be procrastination and hinder personal and professional development, okay? That's the number 1, guys. I'm gonna say over everything: drugs, sexual excess, power, greed, everything, alcohol. Laziness is the number 1 thing that is in this world, guys. And what do I mean by that? Because people say, well, I work 9 to 5, I work all day long. But it's not specifically just the work that you do, you know, it's also like ideas. You know, can you think of situations that if you're like say you hate your job, guys, all right? Now most people like their job, and unfortunately people say, oh, most people hate their job. Most people like their job. If you're a firefighter, if you're a guard, like a policeman, if you're an astronaut, if you're one of these people, you won't like every aspect of your job, but you like your job for the most part. You feel respected, status. But if you hate your job, guys, that's laziness. That's keeping you there. You're afraid to get out of the situation because you're lazy. Straight up, guys. That's how it is. You're not thinking of ideas to get out of that situation. So you're lazy. Lazy son of a gun, bro. You know what I mean? Get your shit going and get up and get out and work, man. You know what I mean? And start hustling, guys. You know, one of the main things is if you're not happy with the situation that you're in, you're lazy, guys. Straight up, like. And maybe you're not lazy in the moment right now, but for the last 10 years, you were lazy. You know what I'm saying? You weren't putting the work in to help you get through those tough times in the future. So straight up, guys. Number 9, wrath. So this is uncontrolled anger and aggression can damage relationships and lead to violence. It's true, guys. You know, anger is kind of uncontrolled anger, this uncontrolled rage that people have. They're not able to control their emotions, guys. This is again super damaging to like all aspects of people, guys. You know, to men and women. You know, you're fighting with people. Look at Diddy, guys. He was like beating up his wife and shit. I mean, this is insane, uncontrollable anger. The guy has everything in the world. He has so much love by everybody. He has all the money, but he still can't control his woman, or you know, he has to like beat her up, which is like the most beta male cuck thing ever, guys. People think though if you're physically strong, that's only if you can control it and harbor it in a good way, guys. You know, if you can't do that, then you're physically a weak man. You know, beating up women does not make you strong, guys. It makes you weak. Matter of fact, it makes you a beta. All right, like it does, guys. Straight up. You know, if you can't control people with your words and and the way you talk and your actions, then you're a flipping beta, guys. You know, do not be going crazy and violent and all this stuff, guys. Violence just leads to just unhappiness, guys. You're always going to be unhappy after violence. After every fight, after everything, you're going to be unhappy, guys. You're going to want that it never happens, you know, in my situation. So, number 10, the last one is pride. Excessive pride or vanity can result in arrogance and alienation from others. And don't let pride, you know, confusion with like being cocky and being arrogant. A little bit of confidence is great, guys. You know, being arrogant is not great, but if this is the only life we're going to live, be absolutely proud of yourself. Be the actions that you're doing, be 100% sure in what you have going on, you know, and that know that you can do hard things in life. Be confident in yourself, be prideful, but don't have too much pride. Don't act like, you know, you're better than everybody else because of X, Y, and Z, guys. Alright, I love you guys all, man. Quick little video. Let me know what you guys want to see me filming. I have kind of like a bit of a blind spot in my eye today because I was working on the laptop for you guys for like 20 hours yesterday. No shit, I was working for like 15 hours on the laptop non-stop looking at it. I did like 90 shorts, so I have a bit of a blind spot in my eye, so I'm taking today off from recording, and I recorded 3 videos, so I never take a day off. Alright, I'm too crazy with the YouTube stuff, but I'm gonna do 3 videos. I'm gonna go work out now, guys. I love you all, man. Stay free. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bro. Peace.